welcome back to Baseline Farms. My name is Jade. Hope everyone's doing well. You guys, so much stuff has been happening. So many things. So first, our great Pyrenees Mira, she had puppies. She had 3 puppies, 2 boys and 1 girl, and they all have homes. So that's exciting. And it's sad because I wanted to keep one, but it's okay. So then, what else has been happening? Well, we're mowing, and spring is in the air when you start hearing the mowers and the weed eaters because we got to knock down all these weeds. So today, my goodness, so many things, you guys. I don't even know where to start because it's been a while since I posted a video. We have been so busy with Berry Fest, our strawberry festival we have every year on Mother's Day weekend. Last year was the first year back. And so this is our second year at the Yolo County Fairgrounds. So I'm so excited about that. And so we've been doing all kinds of stuff for that. I haven't really been working on the decorations as much as I should, because between work and home and gardening and the weeds, oh my gosh, you guys, it's crazy. So I put some of that wheat concoction killer in 3 of the garden beds, no, 4 of the garden beds, and it worked, but I don't think I got it really good. And you have to really soak it in really well if you want the weeds to die, and it costs so much money. And so yeah, John is going to do a different method instead of having to buy the vinegar and stuff like that. So we're going to he's just going to scrape out that top layer. We're hoping that'll work. Maybe kill around the outside of the garden bed and then scrape out, I don't know, we don't know. So he has an idea, but the weeds are out of control in the garden beds because we were on holiday for 30 days in October, and the beds were like getting, they still had the tomatoes, they still had things growing. And so yeah, I haven't worked in it. Bottom line, haven't really worked in it. I mean, I have worked in it here and there. Like I did knock down all the weeds. And I planted some potatoes and I planted some garlic and some onions. Like I got those things in the ground, and we still have 1 bed of carrots and Brussels sprouts. The garden is not 100% empty. Plus, we have a bunch of perennials for the landscape business. And then I've been out doing the landscape job, that kind of stuff. Yeah, busy work, life, life. And then what else? What else? So we got, oh, the babies, the baby goats. So we're still bottle feeding them. They're up to 48 ounces a day. And so yeah, that's a lot of work. Bottle feeding babies is a lot of work. This is our first time ever doing it. um, will I do it again? I don't know. I don't, maybe if it's necessary, maybe. Yeah, this one I felt it was necessary because strawberry um, just was so overwhelmed with having so many babies. So we took them away. One did pass. It was the most stressed out one. It came out backwards with the umbilical cord. Just so many issues. So that was really sad because we bottle fed that one, and it was so tiny. She was so cute. So, but Shortcake and Clover, they're doing good. I'll show you them in a little bit. The puppies are doing fantastic. Mira is doing great. She's such a good mom. Um, yeah, I haven't built the gate yet. The gate for the garden. Haven't done it. Didn't have enough scrap wood, and so I need to go to Home Depot, pick up some more wood, or have John go do it. But the truck's been busy because he has a big long bed. My truck doesn't fit that. I probably had to pull the trailer, and I don't want to do that for a couple boards that his truck can just fit easily. So enough of the rambling. What else? What else are we doing? Cleaning. We're cleaning up around the farm. That's a never ending job. When you have a farm, it's never ending cleaning. Like if you, yeah, it's always cleaning. You're always weed eating. And then before you know it, you had to weed eat again. And we didn't have this issue before, you guys. We didn't have this issue at all because um, we had a horse. Bella, our quarter horse, she knocked this down. I mean, I barely have to weed when she was around, like very little. I would only have to weed the areas that I didn't want her to be in. But other than that, yeah, she freaking knocked this stuff down. So it's really, yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So what I'm going to be doing today is, not only do I need to clean up all the containers around the pool area, because they're just looking bad. They're looking really bad. But I do have a bunch of bulbs that I want to plant. So Let me show you where I want to plant them. I want to plant them over there by that mill. So I wanted to plant them all the way around it, but John is going to cement it in because it's not cemented in. And so what we're going to do is we're going to cement it in, and then we're going to, he has some posts that he's going to put down into the ground right in here. But what I want to do is I want to plant flowers, bulbs in this area, right in there. Do you see that? So yeah, that's what I want to do. Let me give you a better view of what it looks like. Yeah, right in that little crevice, and maybe some around this yard yard art. But I think that'll look so pretty. Let me show you the bulbs that I have planned for this area. I think they're gonna look so pretty. Now I've had them for a while. I did plant a couple of them in that silver container in front of the cottage, but here are some dahlia bulbs right there. I think those will look cute. And then here's some gladiolas. Who doesn't like some gladiolas? I did plant some of these irises in that one bin over there. So I can't wait to see what those are going to turn out like. And then these liliums, I don't know if you see that right, but aren't those so pretty? I did plant these last year in the garden, in the big garden, and they did pop up. I think they're popping up right now. Matter of fact, I saw some of them popping up. So am I late? Maybe, but I still see these being sold at the Costco and at the nursery. So I figure it's not too late. So I'm just going to go ahead and pack them in this area. I have a bunch of mushroom compost right over here, and I'm going to put over the top of it. And that's pretty much it. And I'm using my little auger. Oops, um, I'm using this little auger right here to amend the soil, drop in some I have this bag of soil that I've been holding on to for a while over there. I might use it. I might not use it. I might just use that for the containers. And I have the mushroom compost right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and drill all the holes, make it nice and loose because this is like clay working out here, and throw in the amendments and then pop in the bulbs. And water it in. That's pretty much it. That's as easy as it gets. And pop in some right in through there. I think that'll be so cute. And then we're gonna go see some babies, and I'm gonna show you the babies. The chickens are doing good. I did not get any of my baby chicks yet. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I might, if I say I'm not gonna get any, I'm gonna regret it. So I'm probably just gonna get like 2 or 3, not that many. And then just to keep up the flock. What else? But that's pretty much it. Just doing a lot of planting, a lot of cleaning, working in the landscape. I should show you some of the containers out at the shopping center that I take care of. Oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful spring containers. And yeah, I should do that. I used to do little pop-up videos of me at work, but I haven't done that in a long time. I don't know. I've just been I haven't picked up the camera ever since we got back from holiday. I just haven't picked up the camera very often. And we've just been so busy with the babies, like literally with the babies and bottle feeding babies. It's no joke. You got to be on it. And, they can't go get the milk. So, and I have to give them outdoor time with the other goats because to teach them how to be goats. Yeah, I thought they just had the instinct of knowing how to be goats. No, you have to go out and introduce them to a pack. So I've been going out there giving them some playtime with the other herd, their siblings, and so they learn how to be goats, and so that they can know what to eat, what's safe to eat, what's not safe to eat, how to act, that kind of stuff. And yeah, and that takes some time too because I don't want them to go nursing off their mamas and drink too much milk because that's the thing, they could overdrink and kill themselves, which is like horrible. That's what happened to the last baby. I didn't know that. Now I know. So I had to sit out there and watch them do their playtime, and it's just it's a lot. I'm getting that is a lot. And so sorry I haven't been on here, but I'm back, and we're gonna do some cleanup today. We're gonna do some gardening. Let's see how far we get as far as planting these bulbs. So I'm gonna set you up. We're gonna do the auger. I'm gonna go grab some amendments, some like bag guano, things like that. We're gonna drop some into the pot after I put the mushroom compost. And then we're gonna drop in our bulbs, and I'm just gonna go willy-nilly and put them in all over the place. At first I was gonna do strategic, but I don't know, maybe I should do the tall ones. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go willy-nilly and, you know, put them in a bucket or something like that. We'll see. All right, let's go for it. All right, so I am finished planting in this area. And so what I did was I added some mushroom compost. I mended the soil with the auger. I added some bat guano along with this rose and flower food, which I do need to put some around the roses also. And then I put a bunch of bulbs in there. So I put some of those irises along with some gladiolas and some of these liliums, I think they're called. So pretty. I cannot wait. They looked really beautiful when they were popping up in the big garden. So I cannot wait. And some of them are popping up. So I cannot wait to see what they're going to look like. But I still have a ton of gladiolas still, and I haven't even planted any dahlias. So what I think I'm going to do is right around this farm equipment, I'm just going to dig some holes and pop in some of those bulbs right in those holes. And I'm probably just going to use some mushroom compost. I'm probably just going to dig the hole just like I did this one. I took out all the clay parts of the soil, if that makes sense, and I just popped in some mushroom compost in there. So in this, when I dig the little holes for this area, I'm going to do the same. But I might not finish all of the bulb planting because we have a dinner party to go to, and this is 50 gladiola bulbs, you guys. Gosh, wouldn't that look so pretty? All right, so let's get to it. I'm hoping to get this done. Let's pop in 50 gladiola bulbs and 8, so 58. We need 58 holes, guys. Let's see how far we get because I got to get dressed up for a dinner party. All right, let's get started. have them all watered in. I still have quite a few gladiola bulbs and some dahlia bulbs, but I got to find a different place to put them. I might put them in some containers around the pool, but I'm probably going to do that tomorrow because I'm running behind on time. You guys, I got to get dressed up for our dinner date tonight. But I am so excited. I cannot wait to see what this is going to look like in this area because there is no flowers over here or anything like that. And I might be kicking myself in the butt because the only closest water spigot is in the garden. And that means I'm going to have to drag the hose over here and take care of this. I don't know. Maybe I should put the gate on this side because there is a big opening right here and I could just put that piece. I don't know. That's a maybe I need 4 gates or 4 or 3 different openings of the garden. I don't know. But that's what's happening right now. I still need to get more wood for that gate. I cannot wait to get that fixed and have 2 gates. I haven't planted any seeds. Let me just show you what the garden's looking like right now. Let me run you in there. All right, so I haven't really, all I've been doing is I knocked down some of the weeds the other day with the weed eater, and then I started on pulling some weeds out of one of the garden beds, but then it got too warm because you guys, it has been so stinking hot. And I go through this every year. Look at these roses, you guys. This, I have to say, is the best the roses have ever looked. Do you see that? Look how beautiful you are. Let me turn you around so you can get a better view. Look at that. Aren't those so pretty? So I cleaned up the roses, and so that's looking really good. This is some not parsley, what is it, celery, but look how green the garden beds are. Oh, so yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of work. And then these are some strawberries. I have some cilantro growing right there, some more strawberries. I think I'm gonna do garlics and onions and strawberries, all mixed up in beds because I think I have, no, I know I have garlic in that bed right there, garlic in those 2 beds, which I'm going to pop in some strawberries. I have some shallots in this bed right here, and I have some onions in this bed. And I still have that big trough right over there to add in some more things, but I'm not too sure where I want to put this one. If I want to put them over here with all the metal containers. John says that he's going to put up the drone and so that we could see from the, from down what it looks like, if that makes sense. Because I don't want it to look all wonky. I think in this area would be nice. And I do want to put a bunch of strawberries in there as well. But see, these are the garden beds that I'm talking about. I started working in this corner right here. I feel like it worked, but you see, I didn't get it all. Let me show you. See that? It's not quite all gone. I feel it's going to make a comeback, even though it looks good. It's just a lot. It's a lot of stuff. And the stuff is not cheap, you guys. To buy the vinegar is not. If you're thinking this many beds, it's quite a bit. Plus, you don't need a lot of soap, but you do need the vinegar, and that vinegar, to take care of all of these garden beds. I don't know. Maybe it might be worth it. It might be worth it because it's driving me nuts. And this is the only garden bed that I have stuff planted. Some carrots and that are so delicious. The atomic red. Let me see if I have any. I've been pulling them out as we've been needing them. But let me show you. These are some Brussels sprouts. And you guys, we have a roly-poly problem in here. I've been wanting to get some roly-polies. Oh, well, that's not red. It's supposed to be red. It's a little orange one. Let's see. This feels like a good one. There we go. Look at that. How fun. I can't get started. Oh, look at that. Another one. I love pulling out carrots. It's so much fun. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me just pull out a couple of these little guys. Look at that. Oh, I should have put that one. It's all right. All right. I'll just munch on these. I'll go wash them off. But isn't that so much fun? Just picking up some carrots, it's addicting. But I need to throw down some roly-poly stuff, poison, and ants. This tree right here, we were doing so good. This is a plum tree, and it was doing so good. We put some ant poison down because this tree has such an aphid problem. And so we put some ant poison down, and that was pretty good so far because the aphids, the ants will strategically place the aphids on the leaves. So if you kill the ants, then you won't have a lot of aphids. Well, we didn't keep up on it, and I'm sure the wind brought it, and amongst other things, but we didn't keep up on the ant poison, and then they started putting the aphids. Now we have aphids in this tree. I thought this was going to be the time where we weren't going to have aphids on this tree because I hate the aphids. But the good thing about that is that the aphids don't attack anything else. They just stay in the tree. But you can feel the sap dropping, and it makes everything sticky. So that is what's happening in the garden. I did plant some potatoes in the back garden bed that are doing really good. I did harvest some, and I totally forgot to bring them in the other night. And they are right here. All right, so now let's go take a look at the baby goats and puppies, you guys. And then I got to show you the little garden. Whoops. I got to show you the little garden, how it's doing. Not much. I need to water it. I can see it from here. It's looking pretty dry. Let me show you. There it is. I'm going to give it a good watering. But we just have a bunch of snapdragons growing. We did have I did plant a bunch of bulbs last year, and we did have a bunch of bulbs, but look at all the calendula. It's amazing. And then we have some of that status right over there. Some blue, white, and purple. They call that blue, but it's like a light purple. And yeah, we have this blackberry, a thornless blackberry bush that's growing right here in the corner. This guy right there. And that is pretty much it. Pretty bare. Not that much going on in this garden. Here's Johnny. What have you been doing all day? Mowing. All day mowing. It's a lot to mow, huh? Not all day, because this morning I was doing some dinner coordinating. Oh yeah, for Berry Fest. But let me show you the babies, you guys. Oh, look at these little guys, and get you in the shade so you can see them better. So these little guys are the ones that we are bottle feeding. This is Strawberry's baby. This is the first one that came out. And then this other one is Rosemary's baby right here. And they are so stinking cute, you guys. They're so cute. Yeah, they're just so friendly. So they're drinking up to 48 ounces of milk a day, which is, I feel like they're always hungry. They always seem hungry, and it's so hot out here. I'm probably just having a hot flash. But yeah, they always seem hungry. And of course, the ones with their mom, the babies that are with their mom, they do seem a lot bigger than these ones. And obviously because they can get milk anytime they want. But these guys are doing so good. And so we're going to keep Shortcake here. Oh, girl. Oh, my gosh. She's so sweet, you guys. And I don't know. I wish we could keep Clover. Never know. Never know. She's super sweet. But yeah, so that is what's happening with these babies. Now let me go show you Mira's babies. Oh. So we have, this one's a girl. She's so cute, you guys. I'm just sweating up a storm right now. So this one's a little girl. She's so stinking cute. She's so huge. Look how big she is. Oh my gosh, so cute, you guys. She's a little chunky monkey for sure. And then we have one. So we have two white ones. And then we have one, this little guy. What are you doing? Oh, look at this little guy. Look at this one. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, you guys. He's so cute. Huh. Little chunky monkeys they are. So this guy, he's the only one that came out with these markings. Look how chubby, you guys. So cute. And then we have one more. She's all the way back there. Another boy. Come here. Oh, come here. It's cool under here. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at this one. So cute. Look, they're all super healthy because there's only 3 of them. You guys, I'm like sweating up a storm. It's like dripping everywhere because it's so hot. And I'm having a hot flash on top of that. It's not fun getting older. All right. So there you have it. Puppies, planting bulbs, having a hot flash. All right, you guys. So I'm going to call it a day. I need to go get dressed up and cleaned up and look nice for this little dinner party. And then that's pretty much it. So I just wanted to pop on here and show you what is happening on the farm. The babies, the goat babies and Mira's babies, so stinking cute, planting some bulbs. So hopefully this encourages you to go out there, even though it's hot, and plant some bulbs or do a little spring cleaning. There's still a ton of spring cleaning that we need to do around here. I need to clean up this whole area probably tomorrow, but that's what we have going for today. So thank you for watching. Take care, be safe. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.